Hello again, it's Kingston and welcome to a new episode of Bleeding Edge. So the first item on our list today is a pair of smart glasses from chipmaker Intel. Now you're probably thinking, isn't this just another gimmicky pair of shades that probably won't live up to whatever promises Intel makes? Well, the truth is your skepticism is warranted, considering several other big companies have tried and failed Google Glass to bring a usable heads-up display experience to customers. The Intel Vaunt, however, has a few good things going for it. For one, it's the first smart glass you can wear without looking like a total virgin. Secondly, Intel says they'll weigh about 50 grams, which puts them in the range of your regular sunglasses. And finally, the Vaunt uses a low-level laser to beam useful and contextual notifications straight into your eyeballs, which they said is safe. Well, probably. Now I'm gonna give this one a maybe, simply because I'm not 100% sure how people will react to the Vaunt once it's out there. I mean, it only shows you notifications after all, and you could probably get all that same data on a smartwatch, or by simply raising your phone up to your freaking eyes, but whatever. There's a market for everything nowadays, so who knows. Alright, remember when that conspiracy theorist on Twitter told you your pictures and videos which you post online could be used for all kinds of weird shit by the authorities and online creeps? Well, turns out he was right. Just a few years ago, imposing a person's face on a picture or video took a decent amount of skill to pull off, but we're in the era of ubiquitous artificial intelligence, which means Gal Gadot's face can now easily be imposed on the body of some random porn star. Kim's video is real though. This changes nothing. Deepfakes are becoming a serious issue, as platforms like Twitter and Reddit have said they would actively remove videos and pictures which have been altered to carry the face of celebrities. Beyond the revenge porn and endless Nicolas Cage memes, deepfakes could be a precursor to much more serious crimes involving dissemination of fake news, for example, and probably identity theft. Now, some of you may have heard of the new Netflix series called Altered Carbon, and this isn't a review because I don't care about that. What I do want to talk about is the concept of transferable consciousness. I was left with more questions than answers after watching the show, and before the book nerds descend telling me, you should read the book, I'm basing my thoughts on the show, which most people will do as well. For those of you who don't know, the main concept of the show is that sometime in the future, people can now transfer their consciousness from one body or sleeve to another, seamlessly allowing them to live forever. And that right there is my biggest issue. From a scientific standpoint, are you actually living forever? Consider that our consciousness is not just our memories, but several other things which we don't even fully understand. Now, for consciousness to become transferable, you would need to package and store all that information before uploading it into a new host. Even if all of this were possible, it still wouldn't be the person being transferred, only a copy. The show even illustrates this with a character who makes a copy of his consciousness and puts it into the body of a clone, simply because he doesn't trust anyone else but himself. Alas, of all the technologies which could lead us to achieve immortality, transferring consciousness isn't going to be one of them, simply because after the first transfer, everything after that would only be a copy of a copy. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching and see you next Thursday. Goodbye.